Hello, this is David with David's Equity Solutions. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the benefits of selling a home to me or with me. Um, so, as noted at the bottom here, please consult your legal or tax professional. I'm not a licensed tax or legal expert. Um, so let's get into this. Basically, in another video I've done about the numbers, you'll see that the first benefit of doing a deal with me is that you get more of your home equity. So, um, and it can be pretty substantial, the amount that you walk away with. So that's, I mean, obviously that's the big winner is the equity that you get. And remember, if you focus on cash flow, that's great. But if you focus on equity, that's how you build wealth over time. So for you and for your heirs. So I work to get people more equity when they sell their homes. The next benefit is potentially loan pay down. If you're the owner of a property and you have a large balance remaining on your home loan, then as we go through the process of purchasing the home from you, the loan will get paid down. So you might end up with a little bit of extra oomph from that pay down. Depending on your situation and how much your loan payments are, or maybe you don't have any loan payments, you could end up receiving cash flow for a long period of time. And that cash flow could benefit your heirs. I know I'll talk about this in inheritance planning too, but that's a very attractive feature for most people. The next item is timing. So unlike traditional sales where there's often a bank involved in financing the property for the buyer, um, we're doing this without a bank, so we can be a little more flexible with the timing. We don't have to wait for approvals. I know some loans require pretty long lead times to get approval and to go through all the processes that are required to rubber stamp everything. With me, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple, and there's no bank involved, so the timing can be pretty quick, and it can also be pretty flexible if you need a little bit. You want to get it a deal locked in now, but you're not going to move out for a while. We can work with you on that. Um, the next item is inheritance planning, and as I mentioned above, with the excess cash flow, uh, I know a lot of people don't want to leave their heirs with a mess. They don't want to leave their heirs with a huge lump sum of money because sometimes they would prefer that their heirs received payments over time. And that's something that can be structured here. So if you sell your house and you pass on, your heirs would continue receiving the payments that we had agreed upon. So in that way, they could be receiving, just getting a yearly check and not having to worry about what to do with a huge lump sum of money. And that could provide them with some cash flow for a long time, which might help them with their various life situations. Other things to consider with inheritance planning, leaving behind a house or a property can be a difficult thing for heirs to deal with. I've seen situations where siblings fight over what to do with a house. Someone wants to live in it, someone wants to sell it, someone just wants the cash, and then arguing about who to sell it to, how much to sell it for, all of those things. It can be a real mess. Also, if you are going to keep your house for a while, it's probably a good idea to have it in a trust. And the reason for that is if you pass on and the house isn't owned in a trust, it'll probably have to go through probate, and that might require some of your heirs to come into state or work with an attorney that they trust to process everything correctly here in Florida. So by selling to me or arranging a transaction with me, we can take into account all of your concerns there and arrange for a structure that suits you and your particular situation and your family as well. For tax planning, pretty simple. We can structure these deals so that your taxes, if you owe any taxes on the sale of the property as capital gains, that those taxes can be deferred and spread out over time, which might keep you in a lower tax bracket. It might lower your taxes. It might make it so your taxes don't have to be paid all up front, but can be paid in small installments over time. A lot of people find that to be very attractive. Um, Again, talk to your tax professional on that. And with inheritance, talk to your legal professional. Uh, Finally, the last two items here, I've mentioned before that we can be extremely flexible. And so just keep that in mind. I'm happy to structure things however it works best for both parties involved. And finally, oftentimes when the property is sold, improvements are made to it. So not only is that property your security in the transaction, but also oftentimes there are things done to that property to increase its value. So it makes it a pretty attractive asset to back whatever instrument we use to structure the transaction. Hopefully this was informative. If you have questions or if you're interested in getting some quotes or some options from me, please reach out. You can email me or call me, and I'll be happy to address your specific situation and try to find the best solution for you. Keep in mind that if you want your cash up front, unfortunately, I'm going to be able to offer you what every other investor offers, and that's 60 to 70% of your house value in cash. If you're willing to be flexible and take those payments over time, that's where you get the equity, that's where you get the wealth, and that's where I can beat out a traditional retail buyer. So that's really what I like to focus on. And I like those transactions because I truly think they are a win-win-win for everybody involved. So thank you, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and look forward to talking to you. Take care.